The Rams beat Tampa on Sunday. So Tom Brady and the Buccaneers have been eliminated from the playoffs. And the Rams could play 2 games at home in a row and win a Super Bowl. Next week, they host the 49ers. And if they win that game, guess what? The Super Bowl is in SoFi Stadium in LA. It's in their home stadium. It's going to be awesome. Now, this was kind of a weird game. The Rams beat Tampa 30-27, but it really wasn't a good game until the end. I mean, the Rams led 20-3 at halftime, eventually 27-3 in the second half. And Tampa did make a comeback. They actually had 2 touchdowns in the final 4 minutes. They tied it up 27-27 with 42 seconds left in the game. And then Cooper Kupp happened. Cooper Kupp, the Rams got the ball last. Their final drive, they got the ball. Tampa ties it up 27-27. Rams get the ball, 42 seconds left, and Cooper Kupp had 2 big plays, 64 yards. That set up the game-winning field goal from like the 10-yard line. The Rams won on the final play, and that's all she wrote. I mean, it was really fun to watch. And I'm a big Tom Brady fan. Everybody knows that. I've never hidden that fact. I openly talk about how I love the guy. I model a lot of my achievement stuff, and I think you can gain a lot of inspiration from Tom Brady. And even though I'm a big Tom Brady fan, I really wasn't too bummed or disappointed that he lost. I mean, look, you can't start the game as badly as Tampa did and expect to win. And I made my peace at halftime when they were down 20-3. I'm like, it's over. Like, they're not going to win this game. I don't see them coming back. I was surprised they even made it interesting. And I was grateful because I really, really hate when games are blowouts. I'm just glad it was even close at all at the end. But you will get no sympathy from me. The better team won. And I think, honestly, I think that the Rams are more interesting. Matthew Stafford, it's him going to a new team, winning his first playoff game. Now he's won 2. He could win a Super Bowl in his home stadium. I mean, that's a way better story than Tom Brady winning his 8th Super Bowl. I'm not really that sad that Tom Brady's gone. The storylines here, the Rams against the 49ers for a 3rd time this year. When the Rams, by the way, the 49ers beat the Rams 2 times this year. They beat them 31-10, and they beat them in overtime to end the year, Week 18, so the Rams could, the 49ers, could get into the playoffs. So the Rams haven't beat the 49ers all year. Now they get a chance to beat them at home to get into the Super Bowl, and it's hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. That doesn't happen very often. Now, on the day, Rams receiver Cooper Kupp, I got to give him a shout-out. I remember watching this guy at Eastern Washington. I watched him live, in person, and he was even more impressive in college than he is in the NFL. Like, Cooper Kupp was a guy that I remember, I worked for networks and would film their games, and I remember going like, dude, this guy is different. Like, he's just head and shoulders above everybody else at that level in college football. And it's kind of weird. This was actually the first ever Pro Bowl for Cooper Kupp. And by the way, 2 former Eastern Washington alumni, Samson Ebukam and Cooper Kupp, playing against each other next week in the NFC Championship game. Eastern Washington, they're going to pump that up. I played with Samson in high school. That's pretty cool. Good for him. Anyway, in this game, Cooper Kupp had 9 catches for 183 yards and a touchdown. Are you kidding me? Again, it's his first year ever going to a Pro Bowl. I could not believe that. And he made plays when it mattered most at the end. Here's the story, though. The story from this football game was Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford. He was 28 for 38 passing, 366 yards, 2 touchdowns, a big goose egg, 0 interceptions, and he played so dang good. I am very, very happy for Matthew Stafford. I would imagine that everybody from Detroit that's a Lions fan is happy for him as well. We got out of Detroit, and he's winning, man. He's doing very, very well. He's now 1 game away from a Super Bowl appearance, which, if you could have told Matthew Stafford that, that was the goal, right? When Matthew Stafford got traded to the Rams, that was why he came there. And here's the huge thing for Matthew Stafford. He does not have a single turnover so far in the playoffs. No fumbles, no interceptions, nothing. He's been playing good, clean football. And when it matters most, he's been playing his very best football of the year. He was on fire, especially to start this game. Are you kidding me? And if the Rams win a Super Bowl, you got to give a lot of credit to their general manager, Les Snead. He traded for Matthew Stafford. He got Odell Beckham Jr. OBJ had another big game on Sunday. he traded for Von Miller. Von Miller had a big strip sack of Tom Brady in this game. And all these big moves, these big trades, these free agent signings, they're really paying off. And, man, it's hard to root against what's going on in LA. Like, it's just, this is a team that has wanted a Super Bowl for so long. They went big on Todd Gurley. They gave Jared Goff a big contract. Those guys didn't pan out. They had to get rid of them to move on. And they still were like, no, we want to win a stinking Super Bowl. Here they are doing their best to make that happen. And, man, good for the Rams. Now, Tampa was hurt. Their right tackle, Tristan Wirfs, did not play in this football game. You know, receiver Chris Godwin's out. He tore his ACL. We know what happened to Antonio Brown. I mean, it was pretty clear watching this game they could have used Antonio Brown. Now, there was an awesome touchdown, the one that, you know, late in the game, one-on-one coverage, Mike Evans with Jalen Ramsey, the best corner in the NFL, arguably, and Mike Evans just beat him vertically, just off the line, one-on-one matchup. Tom Brady. Remember when people said Tom Brady couldn't throw a deep ball? Go watch that 55-yard touchdown pass to Mike Evans and tell me that Tom Brady can't throw the ball deep. You're just on drugs or totally wrong. I don't know one of those two, because what Tom Brady could do is awesome. It's also kind of funny. So, you know, Tampa's really beat up. Even their head coach is beat up. Bruce Arians, go look at him. He looked kind of like a character from Mad Max. He's got the limp because he hurt his knee. He has his arm in a sling, and he's got that radio set up on his chest. If you want to, go look up a picture of Bruce Arians from this football game. I'm not kidding. He looked like, a very clean-shaven, well-kept, but nonetheless a Mad Max character. The radio was what did it, man. This like the sling and then like this, I don't know how it looked really wacky and cool, but if you told me he was like the boss from the video game Rage, I would have been like, yeah, that adds up. Now, Tom Brady was vague about what's next for him. I don't know why Tom Brady didn't just come out and say, I'll see you next year, I'm coming back. I don't know why. But I really can't imagine that Tom Brady's going to retire after this year. You know, he's 44 years old, but he literally led the NFL in every passing category. And maybe, you know, he wants to end on top. That's possible, I guess. But I would be surprised if Tom Brady's desire to do well and win more and keep playing was suddenly gone. I mean, I think part of why he didn't say anything now is because he doesn't want to say something that he's locked into and put himself into a corner. But look, come February when he's watching the Super Bowl and watching someone else win, and in his head, he'll probably tell himself someone else is winning my Super Bowl. That's what he's going to tell himself, because that's what you have to tell yourself. And, I mean, there's no way. I remember when Brett Favre retired and Chris Cluey flew down to Mississippi to go get him and bring him back. The Vikings punter went and got Brett Favre to bring him back to football. Now, Brett Favre didn't work out, but there's going to be a moment like that where if Tom Brady, I'm sure he's thinking about retiring, I have no doubt. Family and this and that, but you're telling me that come April, Tom Brady's not going to be sitting at home going like, bro, I need to win. I need to like play some more football. Like he's not going to. I just can't imagine a world where Tom Brady retires. I don't know how he would get himself out of Tampa Bay. Like I don't know. I don't think he's going to leave. I don't know what other team would give. Like maybe he could go to the Colts. They're prepared to win, but I don't know that he could go to another team that would be more set up to win than Tampa anyway. So who knows? But it is interesting that Tom Brady didn't come out and just say like, yeah, I'm coming back. Clearly there's something there, but he's also probably just waiting for another day to like figure his stuff out. And again, why say something you're painting yourself into a corner on? But take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm a massive Tom Brady fan, and I personally cannot imagine him retiring right now. I will say I love that Tom Brady is in Tampa because the TB abbreviation in my notes has a double meaning. I'll be like, TB touchdown, TB gets a first down, and that means both Tom Brady and Tampa Bay. That's kind of fun, but we will see what is next for Tom Brady and Tampa Bay in the coming months. But I would be personally very, very shocked if Tom Brady did retire after this year.